Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Lynn Life. Well, you've seen the thumbnail. And yes, I'm building a flying saucer. I'm building a flying saucer for Halloween. And I know it's only July. Today is actually, July 24th. But I got to work ahead. It takes a little time to put this together. And I've been planning it for over a year. So I'm going to talk to you about that, and I'm going to give you a few updates. So let's get going.
My name is Jonathan, and I'm a caregiver for my wife Lynn, who has a permanent brain injury. Things are a bit different now, but we're doing the best that we can. Join us as we experience the Lynn Life.
All right, so this is the deal. This is not a video about the whole flying saucer thing. This is a video about sort of introducing the build of the flying saucer, because I haven't started it yet. It's all planned. You know where that plan is? Up in my head. I've been planning it for over a year. Because last year, if you remember, anybody who's been watching, I do a lawn haunt every year for Halloween. And I took my skeletons and I made them all cowboys. And I bought a new skeleton. I called the haunt New Sheriff in Town. So I had a sheriff. And I decided I'm going to keep that going this year. But to make it more interesting, I'm going to add aliens. Aliens are going to arrive. So it's kind of like cowboys versus aliens. That's the theme for this year. And when you do something like that, it isn't something you do just before Halloween. You got to plan these things. So it's ready to go up on like October 1st, or whenever I put it up, usually about a month before Halloween. And it's going to take a bit of construction and a whole lot of planning. So we're beyond the planning stages, and I am at the very beginning of the construction phase. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you today just the initial plan. But in the future, once this thing is completely built, I'm going to put an entire video of the entire construction of the flying saucer up on YouTube. And I'll probably put it up sometime, maybe at the very beginning of September, end of August, beginning of September, to give people about 2 months. Because there are people that, will find it on YouTube and decide, hey, I need a flying saucer. Because these little aliens are available at Spirit Halloween and places like that. So they may already have aliens, but not a flying saucer. And in fact, I was picking up Lynn's prescriptions today, and I saw the Spirit Halloween sign in the same location it was last year. So that's already up. So another week, a little over a week, it'll be August, and it comes up quick. It comes up real quick. So let me show you the plan. Well, first, let me show you my sketch. I probably did over the winter, trying to figure out what a flying saucer should look like. The traditional, what people perceive a flying saucer to look like. And this is it. You see my little sketch here? Now, the thing is to try to transfer this to the real McCoy. And there is a little bit of a framework that's on the back. I worked it all out on paper first. Now, the flying saucer isn't going to be three-dimensional, because I got to think about storing these things. They're only up for a month, and then they're stored for 11 months. So I got to think about how I'll store it, how much space it will take to store it, things like that. So the flying saucer is actually going to be flat. Okay, be one dimension. But it's going to be lit up. It's going to look somewhat three-dimensional. It's going to have some interesting materials used to create it because I want it to look very bright. I want it to be very obvious what it is, and I want it to look cool. I also, as an additional challenge, wanted to use materials that I already had. And this is a top of an old workbench that I had in the cellar. And it had some 2x4s as well that were attached to it. It was a framework there that it sat on, a couple cabinets. And it's been down there. I've been planning on using it for something. Have you priced out plywood lately? It's very expensive. This is a piece of 3/4 inch plywood that was purchased probably 20 some odd years ago. It's in fine shape and it's going to be perfect. It's 2x6. And then what I've done, do you see the little marks on it? I've sketched it all out with my pencil. And I've have little hash marks in it. It's exactly 1 foot in the middle, exactly half. You know, this is the half mark here. That's 2 feet from the sides. This right here is 2 feet from the end. And that's how I'm going to be able to take something like this and draw it on there so I can cut out the shape of a flying saucer. So in addition to the plywood, I got some other cool stuff I could be using. First of all, Mylar. Right here. These are actually Mylar, whole pack full of Mylar blankets. So they're silver, they're shiny, and so that'll be perfect for the flying saucer. It's also waterproof. So I'm going to be stapling the entire flying saucer with this. I'll staple this Mylar to it so it'll be nice and smooth and all that. So that's happening. It's also got to be lit up. So I got 66 feet of rope light that I can change the colors on. So it's almost, infinite what I can do with it. So I don't know what color I want to use yet. So the lights will be all the way around the edge and in the center, showing some of the details and things. That little dome on the top will actually be these lights, and a piece of PVC pipe, small PVC pipe, that I will bend over and attach the lights. That's the dome, and then there's going to be a being, something will have its head in the middle poking through it. It's going to be cool. I also have these little attachments here. These are things that will actually hold the rope light in place. So I have something I can easily bend it and put it right on the contours of the flying saucer, and it should work out very good. So I'm excited about that, and I have all this stuff. I'm looking at a total cost for my flying saucer using existing wood that I already have at about $58. $58 for a spectacular. I am so sure this is going to be very spectacular. It's going to look really cool. Have the exact spot for it, and I'm really looking forward to it. And you haven't seen the aliens yet, and I'm not going to show those to you yet, but they're pretty cool. I'll tell you what I do. They're about what I did is I ordered them very early. I probably back in March. I knew I was going to do it. I knew I was going to have aliens. So I ordered them through Spirit Halloween online. It was either February, March, something like that, early, because it's cheaper then. And yet their supplies are still up. You can order right after Halloween. That's another good time to get a good deal, but things aren't always in stock. I've tried that before, and things are out of stock, which is understandable. So I try March. I get a pretty good deal. much cheaper than it would be, or at least a little bit cheaper than it would be if you ordered it like now or September. So I already have them. They're about 3 feet tall, and I wanted them to have some kind of uniform on, preferably silver, kind of like the Mylar that I got here for the flying saucer. So what do is I buy children's costumes. So I bought there's two aliens. I bought two children's astronaut outfits. And they're still a little bit big, but I can adjust that. That's nothing that some safety pins won't do. So I'll adjust those to the aliens. They'll fit like a glove, and they'll most likely have ray guns as well. And it'll be interesting to see what our cowboy skeletons and how they respond to these two skeletal aliens that show up. It'll be very cool. The basic outside shape of the flying saucer is completed. It's I did it in black magic marker so you could see it, get an idea. Here it is on the other side. Hey, comes around. Like Justin said, it looks like a big eye, you know, but that's the basic shape. And there'll be lighting that will go along the edge of the shape and directly down the center as well, and we'll take the shape of the dome on top, just like we got here. That's the plan. There'll be an extra little piece of plywood, see that little bottom, that on the very bottom, and then I'm going to have some additional lights down there. That's the propulsion or engine or whatever. And then those little circles, there'll probably only be 4 of them, not 6. And I think they're going to be small aluminum pie plates or something like that. And each one of those may have a light as well. And there'll be a glowing light right down the center. And these little marks that go up and down, I'll have those too. That'll be a little detail. I'm not sure what I'm making those out of. There'll be a framework behind it, and that will keep it upright, secure on the lawn. And there'll be some of that framework will be the landing gear that you see there as well. And I'm very anxious to see what this is going to look like. I love having something that I need to build that's fun. And I know when it goes up, the kids in this neighborhood are going to love it. They'll have a whole month to take a look at it and have fun with it. In fact, I think some of the kids down the road, I've already told them I'm going to build a flying saucer, and they're saying, I want to help. I want to help. Can I help build it? And if they're around when I'm doing it, they certainly can. They can lend a hand. It'll be a lot of fun. So this is the beginning stages of my flying saucer. And be sure to look for the full build and the final product, which will come out. I'll put it up sometime end of August, beginning of September. So look for that. That'll be fun. Other things to look for. I think I got one more car show in me. So that should be coming up maybe next week. Well, it's next weekend. So it'll come out the day after that. So I think that's going to happen. We got the Sci-Fi Horror Fest coming up in August. That'll probably be a little bit bigger than it has been in the past, just that we may go 2 days for that. And so that's going to be fun. They invited me. They want us to come for that. So I'll have to get online and communicate with them. Probably, maybe, they have a bunch of different celebrities from some horror movies. So that'll be fun. And I don't know. We'll see what else comes up in August. I don't know. It's almost coming in August. And we got next week's the last week of July. there's always a lot going on during the summer. And I got to do a video yet about our animals. We got a whole lot more animals outside now, and Lynn is loving that. She was outside all yesterday afternoon. I think we're going to have a campfire tonight, and the animals come out there when she's out there, and she loves it. She got names for them. We got a woodchuck now. Got a woodchuck. His name is Albert, as in Fat Albert. That's the name of our woodchuck. He hasn't been causing any problems in my garden, so I let him be. I'm not going to relocate him if he isn't causing a problem. So that's what's going on. That's about all I got for you today, so we'll see you next time on the Lynn Line.